I GC News, Meba Ubibia Kwaba, I had the latest hot equa era mede Bramo. I don't see so subscribe to channel idea, Bomodia say, Obe subscribe. Rawayan say, Obe click a year the subscribe button, you know. Now, our belly notification, we had a video for Frubia be uploaded. When the first person I was Ebeka a year, sa video. I feel we are now like video, no, give us a thumbs up. Nafi. Shema wa fufroso da when you be here now somewhere ekoso ewo gara memwa atentemara yembura ye somewhere abeto ye pnoso inti yes report ya babetuja muiti sansemi
kind of politics no omu jai na ye biti on a square field what you say na share ideas na ye won na sa we no okaka hono so or evidence and famra na evidence so na for whoever is involved they want for the right procedure and the right processes then dealing with them.
Okay Ali
na sekano dodo no 49 million Ghana cedis and was say you 960,000 Ghana cedis edema you know parliament committee and among
900 and I say 1 million cedis
out of 49 million Ghana cedis
1 million.
Yes, oh yeah. No, there's a committee nko was say ode sikade be ma o.
Also wacham obi anya bi.
Or say political parties are hold war so wo bi.
Opposition parties
wambobode. Ya bisa opposition parties wo gada nyina. Obi a say onemu asem no onemu bi. Journalists what is all wo amunum ko foi. O ma kodom so kwa bisa omu nyina obi a say nyade a wajibi. Na the crampo say what a chema moi. Emra ben a mouse out 2 minutes sequotiche.
That is it.
Emra ben I would jina so say what the air quotiche.
Yeah.
Yes, a hawk crampo no, you bet me upbuild another crime at all so. So no. Empty Sikano dear. A idea why they what the year. Sikano Anna, what the year election campaign. Na meme enya me nwanwa se MPP leadership crampo eni hu bia because omuna eno ma ba omo defending no na you know remand how or shadow the enya dia obepie o kopem say we will bring finality to this matter abaye die ya de ka say ye die se one Ghana say the crampo no na odi ya taxpayers money ya wodi ya eh I say ebe fono
you go face Oberfe Ediaba. President Mahamadu oral report to the Gusu Edomusoko. Na Maminfa Sakonya so na menka se minister be 6 omudi ewomua ene se yeye bre na yetimi eyi chief justice e parke no ebo no gallery na yenya chief justice odwene o man no ho onye new very neutral no onye MPP ni onu a onye NDC ni no otimi ebehwe oral cases ya menu abaya enkrofo a omobeko jail enya semketwa me I can state here on authority say MPP for minister yanya bia be 6 they will go to jail e ho na gada for ebenya gidie e wo president Mahamadu the MP na say I don't know. What is the 49 million Ghana said? A monkey kitten. Wouldn't the minister for BD Jubilee House? Hey, but the Mama Grandpa said reports the contents, you know. I mean, you see, very soon briefings will go on. Kofosika ma from Ghana. Me say, Omunyina ye better show mo sem kuko bako. Actually mo bibi kakra. You do mind Ghana e share mo nsa mo a say mama boa mama ngunu your friend say mama boa say anything about governor na mo ni clue once me make any impact bia on the economy most was kana mo beto ye na president Mahama edija mo no mo ba ye na mo di mo nse ewurem na say mo form sekai na mo de na nyafo ya sa che che mo na minority ho de na say o ma sha che mo na mo ye defense o mo nyina yi no am Afenyo Markin no kura na ono ye anu akọ press conference no ye ono kura po no o ye reader so on trying na baby and the GDA nyina ewo which is the Supreme Court baby and the GDA nyina ewo which is Gertrude Torkonoo if you e ho na dapaah nyina ebeda die
dream the micro minority leader what do you enyasem ketwa woman nyina na me adom na bre Gertrude Torkonoo ye pake ne bone se ball ne eba ne koto nchen a eho e no behunu sampa aban papa aba eho no behunu se President John Dramani Mahama aba obe reset o my Ghana na omo micro minority no mo yede da na heze mo yam crime sere o parliament wonom mo micro minority mo say ye ba vote kura say mo nyina mo vote kura mpo na de e pese ye bia ye betimi aye be dynamics and say parliament one mo bom say mo bom na empty barrels make the most noise mo ye ba vote mo vote mo nyina mo vote kura mpo na we have the majority to do anything we want to do in the parliament of Ghana now obia bana yesi wa bokro no mo ma due process na kwanso de na paswa na ma sorry say montiase ni ade I mean all their hopes about the Supreme Court I don't think that Supreme Court Gertrude Torkonoo can say on packing change or don't proper deal MPP for the kasamano minority our parliament so they have checked their responsibility as lawmaking body and some hunu and omodi achire demonstration hu here and omodi achire no mo call Supreme Court one no say I'm security man them say petition no amanya no papa bia it's sample for idea
yeah security no say a part of the
oh well now okay
or a part of
right yes where there make mama no ya to but under normal circumstances no I mean petition there kwa you have to get members of the administration, not the security apparatus. Yes, a security man, yes, they are not placing some sort of value. I'm not saying this to undermine the work of the security in our public institutions. But the major say all the petition, hours, no be in few, not trade, the mobia kekebi, ebesom ejia, nese antreyi. To the American say NDC for Ayabe. Hey, but say MPP for do one now, my dear mine dreamer. There's a body kita she dream dear prayer can kai and asha bobede. And the other boy dear kita monkey to a ketengete a monkey to a crown no. Afenyo Babe don't to call the ministers na minister Bako them pass dollars, euros, Ghana cedis. Just say seka odo several currencies are they enko. Nina wa packing with them.
That's in red dress.
What packing the demo? Na Cecilia the bottom of and what dia na. Oral reports no ne de ewo the train Chief Justice Torkonoo ye yiri free wa fe na mo hunu say NDC aban aba ye be kire mo say Ghana e de show mo nsa no enya efie Japade ye be kire mo say Ghana e de show mo no enya Akufo Addo Japade obi bia odi sika ewo Ghana memo habia na I mean either in the NDC or NPP you bet share say on mine na yaba no we are coming to reset the nation NDC aban eba you want to say what is scandal be me abema 4 months what is scandal be what is obiako bokro no what is obiako divert the car I mean aye nyoma ensem fata aban papa aba na meka bagana for nyina atiase say President Mahamadu wadi ka say we na appointee na we dey ofa kwate kwan be so eye wadwen say we dey eko discount ofa nkrono nyansa kwan so egbo ma na po a ukura fo won tira hompo onye clearing agent se Akufo Addo ya na wa clear on tesa o se obeko because ono they are doing it and the monyam be no pekeke ope legacy because I'm President Mahamadu here be or pursue a try sabi to her say the be ya okoye former president ya Ghana for a rain fino say the omore fi Akufo Addo yi say the omohu na Akufo Addo say mebo bra te say e ba bra pa Akufo Addo amebo bi ade empa na Akufo Addo betimi di nsase na me Akufo Addo me ba e maye we the omo kan the free SHS some phrases on the say education system on to a man same plan no say questions are not more to no munsuade and aban papa be they be make sure say I mean they better to new my years say ese na efata tinasre MPP full soldiers am here defense nyina no mo nyina yi na we manketua say keka ho a this say omutu free Ghana this omo pa be kura ampofa o man na ye set no me say we MPP ni now the owner said Ghana no said Nyoma say Kodo won't meant ha. Mr. Burkina Faso never way. I won't put the same Nyoma Akosi Kakrao. Over to me, Akope baby Aboja. Now, so what Ghana Hana is such a mine now, the one way I was say, and no man I said to not President Mahama, I say, now, what can some Huna, what's so no, they are reset too. But there be a communicators, no, Mr. Mo TV, so Mr. Mo radio, so my mama strong warning. Say, oh, mine, yeah, reset no. Say, oh, no, be a money in our idea. And the answer and money for Bako and for packing dollars, euros, pounds, and sending passy. We are coming to deal drastically with all 4 months of pointia or more or my, Apple and a dollar no, say
13.
Me snap to the case here so Ashebo, yeah, I actually date no to her. Actually, 3 months time, dollar number 12 Ghana cedis. But I catch you. If said the new man share the work, when said the new Matikoi, a quarter dollar no, within 3 months, about 12 Ghana cedis. Now, one way you can put up before said President Mahama, a be free, so no. Oh, what we said, I say
13, 14.
Hey!
14.
13.14. Now, see, I'm saying. Let
me see. You think this is
3 months no ground here, but do 10 cities.
You think this is MPP abanu. You good no.
Me say party na go MPP party no you good no.
You good party no.
Oh seriously. Me say party no na say the say the must go yi. Bawumia no dey ba na.
Master,
ana say alanke.
Minya bema. Who dey forget your master. Forget it. You never play it. And can it wrong? Ghana businessman. Abuzu come for one. Now come on, the $100,000. And I cofa inyama. If you are man on your bus, pass aba $100,000. No, $100,000 times 17. Sikapudu pa. Every $1 piano, we're saving every $1 piano, we're saving $4.
Yeah, my man Kawe, my fancy. Many Roger Sima. MP for the medical to a mofo. Said the idea, media, but I'm to the Uncle Boamo.
No matter.
I'm national
party no, I'm on Hannah Monton. Don't come in Monton.
Party center no, the party no, the center cannot move. The center can.
Say, Kennedy is coming to hold the center.
Gonjon Pina kuka transistor na. Generally person na to apansa.
Bawumia do baby mkram be bon bongarati. Nti say Kennedy neighbor, say Kennedy dey. Onu omu o mind am.
No, yeah.
Bawumia na bu mind 8 years. Kennedy omu o mind. Obu asen center.
Bawumia aba, one we this time 18% of Kromunya.
Nti na omu fa ne
so mo hwe na mo fa Kennedy mbra. Kennedy no betimi am make some impact kakra.
Me campaign Kennedy all the way.
Yeah,
Kennedy Agyapong.
Sebeya mu kwati mu country or party head office. Na mu nyamu internal election or party head office. Only the president of the party pa ni. Hey,
Kennedy is coming to reset
the party.
Na mu ko thank you to na mu wasika.
Kennedy Jáil na tosum.
Na chairman Kwaku Annan. Party chairman so the idea me kra me chairman mun come thank you to.
I make sure say if the center cannot hold, Kennedy is coming to hold the center.
If the center cannot hold, things are falling apart.
I say I
to say I to say we
na voter results me come na ye die. Omonya kokodo ko voter region. Omo to me come na ye voter region. Hey, Erade Nyankopon. Hey, na kofo wa he. Die ko ewu na.
No. Man to aba me.
Right elections na. Omo do ma no ko fa na wo na ba tu. One
Well, Akufo Addo. Akufo
Arambwa. My uncle for ticket to the call. Who come off? The fool and this gabby men of me call.
Okay.
What I say. Would you to me and your fool one? Every 6,000. Would me and your fool one every 7,000. To the transport to the crowd, but when I was when you cry, now they just 10,000 class. I'm saying, no, we said, and
Kumasi, me there's a Kumasi na me free bank line. First day I'm a bank line. Na me say na Kumasi krabe 5 cedi krabe nya nam kakra carry. Na me me ko gina duane ho na me say me to na me say na me say na me say bia 5 cedi so a free 25 cedis here. Na so my bank line pa.
Na abra say e ko be your price fish kra was a jaba. Is that fish you want to from me?
Yeah, I was
who got red fish so they are
want to mentor. Obia do a poor room. I say the regulation. Go say the price
control no plan at least there should be a bit of regulation.
Very important. Very important.
Roger a Boahene. What can say Obia Ebebo was so be you one. Now ye bisa for because maybe why clarify a picture now for Eddie Circulate say Boahene and the President Mahamadu Bawumia. But Boahene cry photo no child no bem. Assemblies of God asare and no more congratulate President Mahamadu say we win elections and Boahene. Esan say oye prayer tower member our Assemblies of God until ye kon ye de no koi. Say picture no. Oh yes, Assemblies ni obo buttons ni na. All buttons ni na from siga no we yesu. Create account wo me dem yiri dim we yesu dim. Na me divert musika we yesu dim. Say all buttons ni na no we aye. Also about Parliamentary Select Committee on Defense and Interior. Edi ewa the letter no share yoko awatro edi abane se sika na bi ko ho emomo ejina so passe the Ghana Bureau of the way no institution no Signals Bureau baby oye adwuma no na se emra ye de eti ye edi free national security ho aha it is an act no omo sika I hear a gaga because a bra yesterday woo. Yesterday, why? And you might hear pound choke. What it would be it is a people before more committee no so na mo musika de and mo bra mechirim. Na say your committee members na your committee no so no de. Asem no kan no kra bi anything. Yem kwai 960,000 Ghana cedis. Yeah.
Before I may win, okay, say, as some way back up, because this issue is politically induced. What I say, and because of the political affiliations, you know, for so Eddie maybe, but no, be I say, or a businessman, or a crook. Then you a crook, solid crook, pa. Now, allegation or the bomb, a serious allegation, a very serious allegation. But let me make this clear. Boahene is trying to divert a public attention. That is from me, my point of view. Because if so claim say you have given such an amount of money to the committee, the Parliament Select Committee, they have procedures. Why didn't it go through that procedural processes? And why was this not reported earlier? You get me? It's Asema Agaga Ekano. Me, I stand with him. Say, a baseless. If he thinks he has evidence, he should come and put the evidence before them. Because you cannot just make baseless or vague statements. Any basis of fragmental evidence. Are you getting me? This guy is trying to divert attention. And he wants to dent the image of the institution. So that Omobe raises some perception about the people. But then, as it is said, offer evidence no ending and better her. So that asema wa kan asem ni asem no ngina so oni na ngina so efendi asem no anayesa. So oni asem bia then it is baseless. What just here? In a way, it could be an attempt by the MPP to try to dent the image of the institution.
Oh, scan watch scan na example. 48 million into watching will be any day. Watch in fact, just Ghana, my president, Mama Krenya.
Won't say, Adio, a person shifting blame from the NPP government onto the NDC. That's what he wants to do. What do you say? Naska with the amount of Kadiama select committee. Saskawe, Sana 900, me, you come to me, Agada Saskano. Eh? 960,000. 960, no more check, you know, Minya. I get to me. What an impudence. Brand not offer evidence. See, men, Jano, no, Casatra, no, me issue, but become here. Yeah, man, and provide the evidence. We're providing evidence now. Yenin to the latter. Now that MPP tricks, gimmicks, who play with trying to look for ways to create impression and shift blames. Charlie.
With the issues surrounding Sammy Jemfi and try and deal with that matter immediately. Let's take a listen to the minority as they addressed the news conference yesterday, making the point that they believe that the CEO of the Gold Board, Sammy Jemfi, should be sacked.
CD is the sole legal tender in Ghana. There is no justification whatsoever for keeping stacks of dollars because foreign exchange businesses and international payment are regulated under Section 16 and Section 15, which provides that, and I quote, each payment in foreign currency to or from Ghana between resident and non-resident or between non-residents shall be made to a bank. The action of Mr. Sammy Jemfi in keeping, spending, and circulating foreign currency is also an offense under Section 26 of the obligation to pay tax, and that is regulated by the income tax laws of the country. The income tax laws require that any gift received of a value, especially in money, you have to pay tax on it. So the clock has started ticking for her as well. We expect the GRA to demonstrate commitment towards curtailing the continuous evasion of gift tax, which has remained unaccounted in their books. Also answer the kind of sanctions that we expect of the president. Immediate suspension and further investigation at the least, or the termination of the acting position, because clearly you don't need a lawyer to tell you that Mr. Sammy Jemfi has violated some laws. So we need a full-scale investigation into the source of the dollar bundle display in that viral video. We expect an apology from the president to the good people of Ghana for the insult this act represents to those suffering under this suffering economy.
Dr. Kabirutia Muhammad speaking on behalf of the minority and raising concerns about the issues surrounding the CEO of the Gold Board. It was Malik you were hearing, and I was signaling that we are coming. Malik, let me start with you quickly. I think you're itching to talk. I mean, you heard them there. Just put the minority on ice for now. Don't go ballistics now. Just relax for me. I want to ask you a question first. You are still the Deputy Communications Officer of the NDC, correct? Yeah. So I mean, Sammy Jemfi is someone you worked closely with.
I still work with.
You still work with, yes. The video that we all saw, the first time you saw the video, what were the thoughts that came to mind?
The first time I saw the video, I asked myself 10 questions. The first was that, is it a crime to give someone a gift? The second question was that, is it a crime to give someone the denomination as purported to be dollars? The third question was that, is it a crime to give Agrada money? The fourth question was that, has anyone been able to establish that the amount of money given does not peg onto his monthly wage or his monthly salary? And so on and so forth. And so when I analyzed the circumstances surrounding, then I asked myself a question. Is it a crime to sit in your car, count money, and give to someone? These are fundamental questions any Ghanaian watching us today will also ask him or herself. And the reason why people ask themselves these questions is because they would try hard to arrive at a point of establishing where Sammy Jemfi erred. And it's just fair. like the presidency has invited or were said to have invited him for questioning. Anybody would ask anybody such questions. And for me, as a young man from the northern part of this country, I won't fault Sammy Jemfi for even apologizing. And the reason is that, per my training, whether you are right or wrong, if there's an uproar based on morality, you ought to apologize, even before you explain yourself. Growing up, there were things I never did wrong. I was scolded for them. And per my training, all you need to say is, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. Then after, if there's ever an opportunity, you explain yourself based on the facts of the circumstances. Okay. Let me state emphatically on this platform that when I watched the minority, I shook my head. No, we'll
come to the minority, but you didn't provide answers to the questions you asked.
I mean,
so what were your answers to the questions?
So I'm coming to that. Yeah. Number one, based on the first question I asked, is it a crime to give someone a gift? No. There is no law in this country that criminalizes the offering of gifts. In fact, even if you are a public officer, once a gift is given to you, there are steps you take to ratify that particular gift. And those steps were done even in recent past, where His Excellency the President declared some gifts that were given and donated them to the state. Fair enough. All presidents get some gifts. What you ought to do is to declare it and follow a procedure. Why? If there's any wrongdoing, His Excellency the former president, Nana Addo, was caught on tape taking a brown envelope with 2 hands from people. It was a gift. He never declared it. But even with that, we never penalized him for it. Fast forward, the second question, is it a crime to possess dollars? There is no law, again, in this country that criminalizes the possession of that currency, dollar. There is no law. Look, recently, last week, and even till now, our brothers and sisters have been going on pilgrimage. They don't take Ghana cedi there. Do you know that it is even more of a crime to take a lot of Ghana cedi out of this country than taking the dollar out of this country? Go and read the foreign exchange law. It is a crime. If I'm traveling out of this country, the amount of cedi I can take out is far lower than the amount of dollar I can take out. At least with dollar, we can even do up to 10,000. But with the cedi, you must do far less than it because you cannot take that currency out. And so for our brothers and sisters who were going on Hajj, what currency did they take? Or what currency did we give them? There is no law anywhere in the books. I listened to my brother Kabiru.
We'll come to Kabiru.
Quoting, okay, I was going to Kabiru. Then the third point.
Now, if you have answered, okay.
The reason why it is not a crime to possess dollars in this country is because we even have forex. And the forex bureaus that are registered under the laws of this country permit you to buy and sell dollar. Okay. So if it is a crime, then the forex bureaus should be turned into choppers because it means that simply they are not fit to establish a fact that you go in and then you buy to possess dollars.
So the way and manner you answer the question, then the question to you then is,
yes.
I mean, why has he been invited by the Chief Justice? The Chief of Staff, sorry. The Chief of Staff. Why has he been invited?
There was no official document anywhere.
I mean, at least we have confirmed.
I'm saying that there was no official document anywhere suggesting that the Chief of Staff invited him based on A, B, C, D. And so we cannot establish that, you and I.
Okay.
But the fact still remains
the fact that we can report is the fact that the information we have is that he was invited by the Chief of Staff in connection to the video.
So if I come to your studio today and then I hug you, and people go out there to say, because Malik Basentali hacked Akable, he's a gay. And so we have to investigate him. And there's an uproar. The presidency will invite me. They'll invite me not because I'm a gay, but they'll invite me because there are public sentiments and people think that I must come and respond to it. And so the fact that you have been invited does not simply, but this is even the Chief of Staff. The Supreme Court can even invite you. You could have a case there and you go there. But if you go to the Supreme Court, it doesn't simply mean you are guilty.
In terms of some of the questions you also asked, you agree that some of them could appropriately be answered when a proper investigation takes place. For instance, you made reference to the fact that you've not heard anyone suggest that his earnings and the money he was seen with
100%.
They cannot correlate it. You agree that only an investigation can establish that?
100%. And the government is committed to doing that. Because even yesterday, the government's spokesperson stated emphatically that we are committed to, looking into the sentiments that were raised by the public. But the fact still remains, and that's what I want to establish, that let all know that there is no law that criminalizes the possession of dollars. And let me use the Cecilia dapaah case, for example, of which people have referenced. Yeah. Look, in the Cecilia dapaah matter, the crime was not in the possession of dollars. The crime was in the amount of dollars she had, just opposing it, put her into. Because to have found $1 million that cannot be tallied or just opposed to her income, then it will be tantamount to a prosecution beyond hellfire. What I'm saying is that there is no law that criminalizes the possession. Look, even back in the days, before the days of Kwame Nkrumah, when you arrive in this country with dollars, you declare it at the airport. And those days in history, the only place you were even permitted to spend the dollar was around the trade fair. That's where you go and then you'll be able to purchase things. But today, Aboso can spare part dealers. They import commodities. Do they buy them with CD? They buy it with dollar. People who import vehicles into this country or import commodities into this country, what currency do they use in trade? They use it. They use the dollar. And so if today I sit here and then I have 10,000 cedis, no law stops me from walking into a forex bureau to buy the dollar. No law. In fact, the forex bureau is even far-fetched. No law stops me from going into the Bank of Ghana to buy the dollar and then possess it. There are people who sit here. Look, I'm a public worker, and Akable, there are public servants in various institutions who go on international trips. Anytime they are going, what currency do the organizations give them? Is it the CD? Do you spend the CD in Canada? So anytime, even these people, even TV3, anytime you are sent on an international assignment, what currency do they give you? I want to ask you, please, what currency? Have you been on an international trip before?
I mean, obviously, it will be in dollars.
So they give you dollars to go. So admittedly, there is no crime in the possession of dollars.
Those who are drawing the parallels with the Cecilia dapaah issue, they make the point that the principle is not more about the quantity. They make the point that it still comes back to the question you asked about the fact that if an investigation does not settle the matter of earnings and what you are found with, you cannot conclusively dismiss it. And they'll make reference to the fact that in the Cecilia dapaah instance that you made reference to, at least we know that multiple investigative agencies have handled it. And,
100%.
As it stands now, there's no case.
No. It was the president who wrote a love letter saying, "My sweet, precious, loving Cecilia dapaah."
That was before the investigation.
100%. So and the president prejudiced the outcome. Yeah, so I'm saying that in the Cecilia dapaah matter, the president, His Excellency John Mahama could have also written, "My sweet, darling boy, Sammy Jemfi." He could have said that. In fact, even in this instance, there hasn't been any crime committed. But I'm saying that the president cleared Cecilia dapaah. That is established. In this particular matter,
Yoko did as well.
The receiver of the money on live television, if shares is anything to go by, of which, of course, we cannot just conclude that it's even true because lawyer Sammy Jemfi hasn't stated his side of the story. She said she received $800. Look, let's not go far on this platform. $800 to a CD today, how much is it? Let's establish the equivalent of Ghana CD and peg it on to, let's say, 4 months salary of lawyer Sammy Jemfi because he's been in office for 4 months. Are you telling me that he cannot afford that to give to someone as a gift? You see, so there are different incidents here.
But let's come
in the uproar, people established, some persons established the fact that because it was Agrada that we are angry because Agrada did not deserve that money and all of that. That matter, like I said, is not pegged onto law, so it's a separate matter. I don't know which part of the conduct lawyer Sammy Jemfi apologized for, but I'm saying that even if I were in his shoes, as an African child and as a northern boy, I would apologize before I take steps to even explain myself to the public.
Let's now come to Dr. Kabiru Mahama, and he spoke on behalf of the minority.
Go and read the law he quoted.
This is what he's calling for.
I'm sure he needs.
He says, one, they are calling for the immediate sanction of Sammy Jemfi as acting CEO of the Ghana Gold Board. They are also calling for a full-scale investigation into the source of the dollar bundles displayed in the viral video. An apology from the presidency to the Ghanaian people for the insult this act represents to those suffering under this failed economy.
So how is it an insult? That I am working, I receive salary, I meet Akable, and I say, Akable, my good friend. In fact, not that I even give. You come to me and say, "Oh, my brother Basentale, we've known each other from the days of Legon. I beg you, if you can support me with some fuel, then I give you money for fuel." Is that the offense? If that is the offense, then anytime I roam in town, I will just put my hands in my ears and I'll be walking. Because anybody who comes to me, I'll say, I beg you, Agrada. If you come, I'll say Agrada. Because I don't want trouble. And this deters a lot of us. You see, but point I'm making is that I will state emphatically here that this situation will not stop me, Malik Basantali, from meeting people, and if I can offer a helping hand to them, I offer. It will never stop me. I won't. Anybody who meets me, if you are in crisis and you think I can be of help to you, approach me. If I have money, I will support you. If I don't have, I'll tell you Bismillah, Alhamdulillah, Al-Baraka. Then you leave me. If I have money too, Alhamdulillah, I'll help you. And this situation should not deter any appointee into stopping the charity work. Look, the previous government, if people were heartless and cruel to the extent that if their grassroots, and I've heard a lot of their grassroots speaking, that some appointees were throwing out $50,000, $100,000 to I don't want to say ladies, because of course you can give a woman money, but they were doling out to people, and their grassroots people, some people were struggling to even reach out to them. So for me, I would admonish lawyers and Jeff, if you go out and party, people meet you, and then they are in any sort of need and they approach you and you can support them. This matter is blown out of proportion. I'm impressed that as an African child, he's apologized. But I know that at the right time, he would explain his side of the story. I read that the receiver said she received $800. And I am stating emphatically, look, Kabiru quoted this law. And let me quote it to him. I don't know how his understanding about some of these laws. The Foreign Exchange Act 2006, Act 723. Section 3, sorry. It says, a person shall not engage in business of dealing in foreign exchange without a license issued under this act. The bank shall prescribe the banks and other corporate bodies or persons that it considers competent to engage in businesses of dealing with foreign exchange. And then it comes down to say the business of dealing in foreign exchange includes purchase and sale of foreign currency. Did you see Sammy Jenfi buying purchase and selling foreign currency? I beg your pardon. Number 2, the receipt of or payment of foreign currency. Did you see Sammy Jenfi paying for anything with foreign currency? And importation and exportation of foreign currency. Have you seen him? In fact, when he went to the funeral grounds, was that place Abu Dhabi to be so have been exporting the dollar to? So clearly, the Ghanaian people have realized that the entire facade created by the MPP apparatchiks is a non-starter. It's dead on arrival because there is no law that criminalizes. Akabile, today, if you have CD, you can walk into a forex bureau and buy dollars. True or false? You can, if you have dollar, you can walk into the forex bureau and change it. True or false? So if it is illegal to possess dollars in this country, then forex bureaus should be changed into choppers, so that when we go there, we know we are going to eat fufu and abenkwai. The truth of the matter is that there is no law criminalizing the possession. There is a law criminalizing it. I dare anybody to state such law. And there is no law also prohibiting you from giving anybody dollar. For example, I have traveled, or you, Akable, have traveled. Sometimes, you know my analysis. I like to use a lot of common sense. You have traveled, and then TV3 gave you dollar because you went to capture a story in London. Let me say that. Then you got there, and then you spent your dollar. Number 1, TV3 does not expect that you spend all the dollar there. There will be some you leave in your pocket and you bring back home. So if you bring that dollar back home, when you arrived on your way home, I met you. Oh, Akable, I'm suffering, I'm struggling, if you can help me. You look in your wallet and there's no CD. But the dollar TV3 gave you to travel is still in your wallet. Will you give it to me or not? You will give it to me. So which law criminalizes it? So in the court of common sense and in the court of public opinion, I think that the matter must be established that there is no legal basis to the minority. And for the first time, you realize that Afenyo Markin pushed Kabiru. He would have been championing it. You know Afenyo. He would have, but Afenyo is a lawyer, and he knows that if he does that, he will become a laughingstock. So he decided to push my northern brother Kabiru, and Kabiru has goofed. He's tombed. He's bamboozled. Currently, he came to the public domain to misfire. And I think that this will remain a dent on Kabiru, because people will now begin to understand that, oh, the Kabiru we had high hopes in is now engaging in very pedestrian situations, and they are non-starters. And so my advice to Dr. Kabiru is that immediately he should take steps to sanctify himself. He should stop the trajectory he's going. He should reform himself, ask for forgiveness, and then go and sit down and reflect over some of these laws, because there is no law, like I have said, that criminalizes the possession of dollar. There is no law that criminalizes the changing of dollar, and there is no law in this country that criminalizes the giving of foreign currency to any entity. And then the last on this, you see, we and are those rather putting the president in a tight corner, because I am certain that by now His Excellency the President has read the code of conduct over 10 times, looking for a clause that criminalizes.
We'll come to the code.
What has been done.
Come to the code.
Yeah.
Sammy Jemfi, we are looking at him with an eagle eye. Careful. He went on a private mission.
Exactly.
He went out there. Maybe nim kwaso ni mania grada no da.
Also nim no da. First time on motion.
Ena wayi sika efri ne kaa mu no wakan no de ama no. Ye musa ye ho Jesus Christ e bra man no koye yi no omo fu aba so omo koto abodo no. Oso mo hwan na onye bone da onto bo omo ba no. People ebinu ye nim kofu omo ye party bo omo tam $50,000 to bomb behind the scenes. Stop talking about it. Stop talking about it. My brother, we will not support this. My friend, I didn't. He who comes to equity must come with clean hands. Me, I will say it, and I don't care who owns his dog. Way is dead on arrival. Sammy Jemfi is dead on arrival. It's dead on arrival. Nobody has the moral right to attack that young man. Me, first person, I'm Sammy Jemfi on UTV. Exchanges blows. I'm telling you, that gentleman will be to me attacking on this particular matter. I'm telling you, public official, evidence is so real. Who evidence? Bring it out. Let the special prosecutor deal with him. Young man, Sammy Jemfi more $10,000 on yabi. What are you talking? $10,000 I say. More black crown on your Sammy Jemfi can have $10,000. What are you talking about? Nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong. Nobody should go and attack the gentleman. There's nothing wrong. And I'll say it. Nothing wrong. And I will say it anywhere. There's nothing wrong.
Also, you see, idea about Kwayana.
Politics are careful. You're careful where we want to trade on. Gold board documents can see be a PO. Says sika bi ayira. Budget no almost about 50,000 euros. Ayira ma gold bi akopie baby. And oche sika wa bontia. That is a lead. That is a lead. Some of what one hearing you.
Minim na ira juma.
And that be two person chere say. Jáil.
Minim na ira juma.
Mamon ko. That be me ka samwa. Yeah, presidential candidate Kennedy Agyapong. Or then or Chelsea man Crofo or Renko school fees. Now that you are president. No be about no easy kama obi. No be a coach no the we have to stop it right there. Stop it right there. Let's find an empirical evidence. Say Kwano, your man will real dream baby otchere. What are you talking about? Why a young man at or a young man what did Mahamadu bre and people want to vilify him to get his job out of him. No media obi koswa me de young men in whole country ano apologize who said the youthful exuberance in the full glare of the general public in our culture, maybe it's not good. We can vilify him on that grounds, but not. And that's what we are talking about. Well, but we shouldn't take it to that level. But what is the chief of staff? Sammy Jemfi join chief of staff. We need the It's not going to help. Let the young man enjoy whatever. Let him enjoy. What is President Mahama code of ethics? Have you read the code of ethics? Or say, is there any proof to be a chere said yes, Sammy Jemfi and it's against the code of ethics? Tell me, and I'll tell you.
Now, Obia, you say,
men Jessica kra ne bo ebeso ebedru 20,000 as gift
Debi ono waji bibi oje anaso
na se wutimi ko che bibi sa
na de maybe busa question say Sammy Jamfi 2% che so nya 10,000 Ghana cedis and 20 Ghana 20,000 what are you talking about ye Janica go and check his salary nyoma ye de man one nyoma onya o and why ye politics what dey chira kwa be ya abanje mi ni ko TV so anya Land Cruiser no use Land Cruiser ba ko ye say auto opposition oba no fa Land Cruiser de buy me na ko radio so be 10,000 use Land Cruiser what are you talking about President Mama on hwe no nya djuma kura President Mama ntimi tam $10,000 man what are we talking about here my brother mummy nyai sa de no mummy nyai emwa abrantie no wa bresa opposition sa fe na wa benya ba bi ahia se bi obesan kwan kakra ma na busuafo so a benefit yenko ehoye akusunkusun ni eyinti wakasa ti akrofo yes on corruption base and I agree on those people who think they can go but it hasn't got to that level
yes Cecilia dapaah de buy obi a hu say Cecilia dapaah ko wieska but the way you can
compare oranges with apples.
And they say
here is a case where a minister of state sika bebre asho no akọ report to police na police case abam na ye kana evidence abana special prosecutor abam na be public domain ye kan say it's a different thing altogether. Don't compare oranges to apples. There's a difference. Eye na sabi jam sika she ne pass e no no aso obi awia e ba ko report no o che sika o ti ase there we have an issue. Special prosecutor comes in, gold board, the amount that amount of money in the cross watch $10,000, $20,000, my brother Fatun chain. A new issue. It's not an issue. That boy can Aremeyaw full plane, meaning new Hopeson Adorye, you call UN General Assembly. You're full opposition time, not the business class. Now you're at the economy. What are you talking about? Yeah, what near the economy? Yeah, what bam or your lawyer? Not yet the economy, not the business class. What are you talking about? Business class, I say. Bro, to me, I think me Ubusana as a political strategist. This is a dead on arrival. And we cannot capitalize on this to score political points. Oh, party move dere. Now no mimi abronya won tin some obeka kira fa Kennedy Agyapong ho a. Yetimi eno no ye kan ho ase woni baby ebe ko akowi. Jáil, yenko yen deal with internal matters. Yen solve your problems ye hunu. Want to say some more Asante Bediatuo. Your friend Dwaso Hantan fiare ho. Me say, want Dwaso Hantan fiare ho. Kobisa Asante ni bi otitwi. No nkyere wase se me ozu bempa ma betena so say asem a ye kodi Sammy Jamfi asem ye bi a chodwuhu. Your friend Dwaso Hantan fiare ho. If you know it, o sore ba beka so obi chai. If you know you,
by asem per unity ntimamon kasa.
Unity ni say yen kasa ni say mintiase.
Yo, it for Boahene and someone about beto yepuno so because so when you subscribe to channel area Boahene say obe subscribe na while I give video no give us a thumbs up na fi share ma wo foforo so na when you be here now and somewhere koso e wo Ghana memu hanum also betimi atchere wadwen afa yen somewhere nyina ho e wo comment box mu mobeti minkabium in my next video.
Thanks for watching. Like and share the video. You can also drop your comment. Please don't forget to subscribe. Click on the bell to turn on the notification.